We're live. We are live. 2 weeks. It's been a while. It's been a long time since I've seen Elder. It's been a long time since I've been on screen on PC. Actually, I think it's been the same about 2 weeks. Elder, how we doing?
Incredible. Blessed. How you doing, JD?
I'm doing great. I'm happy to be here. I'm excited to be here. Like we were talking about before we turned the cameras on.
Mm-hmm.
There is so much that has gone on in these last 2 weeks that we have to talk about. And we'll obviously, as always, we'll bring y'all up. Any super chats that come through, we'll talk about those as well. But I have to talk to Elder about this stuff that has gone on these last 2 weeks since we've gone live. We've had Damian Lillard drop 71. That's his career high. The
Yeah.
Ja stuff that's going on, the Knicks, what is going on in New York? They must have swapped out whatever water that they were drinking over there for something else. They're on a 9 straight winning streak.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin Durant, we haven't been live since Kevin Durant got traded to the Suns. Of course, I don't think anyone had any questions of how that's going to work out. It looks like it's going swimmingly.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, as always, we have to talk about your Lakers because look at what AD did against the Warriors and Steph's return to the court. He just had to disrespect him, huh? But
Yeah.
before we get to all that, I want to shout out our GOAT member, King J, man. Shout out to you, the one and only GOAT member right now. Insane. Appreciate your support. I think he's also been a YouTube Players Choice YouTube member for like 10 months. So he's almost approaching that 1 year, which is dope. Shout out to you, King J. If you want to become a member of the Players Choice channel, make sure you click that join button. And what we were doing, we actually just recently made some changes to the YouTube memberships. So make sure you go look at those anyway. But for this show and in the other shows where we bring people up, we used to just have the one, it was like the all-star group who would get the link to the shows in the Discord. It is now anyone who is a YouTube member will get this link in the Discord before it goes out to the general chat. So make sure if you want priority access or you just want to be in that private Discord channel, become a member and link your YouTube channel to the Discord. Elder, where should we start?
Man, pick a stop. We got to hit them all, so it don't really matter. Let's start with KD, I guess. Let's start with KD.
Let's start with Kevin Durant. All right, so Kevin Durant, obviously, he joins the Suns. He's played 3 games, I believe.
Mm-hmm. 3-0.
23, 20, 37. Him and Devin Booker. Of course, they want to go off against the Mavericks. But for a positive note, for me, they only lost by 2 or 3. And Kyrie and Luka actually played well in that game too, which is good because we were kind of talking about how is that going to work out, and it actually looks like it's going to work out. So optimistic there. But Kevin Durant on the Suns, how are we feeling?
Suns, if you're a Suns fan, you should be excited. Kevin Durant is in his element right now. If you're going to maximize a guy like Kevin Durant, you're going to put him in a situation where all you got to do is just show up and play ball. He doesn't have to do the crazy stuff behind the scenes. He doesn't have to lead. He doesn't have to be the rah-rah guy and get in guys' face. He just shows up and plays because his kind of game fits any team, any system, anything that you're doing on the court, Kevin Durant fits right in. And he's the happiest when he can just show up to work and ball out. That's when he's the happiest. So I expect Phoenix to do extremely well. I had questions about Phoenix's defense. So they haven't had to go against a team, to me so far that really is going to challenge them. So I'm going to be interested to see them go up against specific type of matchups to see what their defense can do. But their defense is already, in my opinion, better than what I thought it was going to be. I thought they lost all their wings, all their great defense. And I forgot about some of the guys that they kept and some of the guys that came in afterward that they picked up. So I'm impressed with Phoenix right now. I mean, like people have been trying to get me to give my take on who's going to come out of the West. The East, I don't have a problem giving my take on that right now. But the West is so up in the air. The only real consistent team in the West this year has been Denver. But nobody trusts Denver. I don't know anybody that trusts Denver to get all the way. So I'm reserving my thoughts on who I think is going to make it, because I need to see with all these different changes and shifts to the West what's going to take place. But I can tell you now, Phoenix is kind of high up there. They're like, if you just put me in a big headlock and said, Elder, I need an answer today, I'd be like, Phoenix is somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's
Right.
what I would do, because I don't know who the second team. Like, if I had to make a decision today, I think Phoenix will get there. I don't know who they're going to join, though. I don't know who the second team is. Not. I don't have no faith in Denver. I don't. Golden State's turning around. They're getting healthy. I just don't have faith in nobody else right now. I need to see what these teams are going to do in the next 2 weeks. I really do. I need to see what they're going to do in the next 2 weeks.
What about the Grizzlies? Because we were talking before we went live, and we were talking about how good the Grizzlies are without good pieces.
Yeah. They're very good defensively without good pieces. I see areas where their offense could struggle depending on the matchups that they go against. The problem is that they are missing an incredible piece you need for the playoffs, which is a closer. They don't have a guy that can bona fide go in there and close games for them. And that's what cost them last year. I mean, look at the flow. When you're not totally focused, what was it, game 5? They beat Golden State by 50. You know what I mean? Or 4, one of those games. Then they come back and lose the series in 6. You see what I'm saying? So they need Ja Morant to close out these games. So if he's not playing, I got no faith in Memphis. And then I really still don't have faith in them getting to the chip, because I just still think they're a little too young, a little too immature, a little too unorganized. They play their tails off. They do try to play hard. But like last night, they got into a rat race with the Clippers. So they stopped playing defense. You see what I'm saying? They're that type of team that just don't have enough discipline, and they don't have that mature leadership to just get them to stay galvanized and stay on task. So I don't trust them. They're talented. You blink wrong, you start sneezing and worrying about your ribs for a hot minute, oh, you're down 20 with them. You know what I'm saying? So they are definitely can be very explosive. But I can see how a good, savvy veteran team could bottle them up and say bye-bye. I can see that.
Speaking of the Grizzlies and Ja Morant, we all know what's been going on in the last couple weeks in the headlines. Ja just can't seem to stay out of the headlines and media in general. The most recent event, I guess, that occurred was Ja Morant flashing a firearm on his IG story. I kind of am curious to hear your thoughts on just Ja Morant, and also if you could sit down with him, what advice you might give to him.
I am big on changing environments. Very big. When you have toxic, detrimental situations and people around you, and I'm big on getting the environment changed. Now, sometimes you can't control the location of that environment, so you change the environment that you're in, meaning the people you're around, the things that you're doing, the things that you're allowing to come in and influence you. If I was sitting down with Ja Morant, I would really hammer on him to change the environment. Don't be doing the things that's conducive to you to go out here and do some of these things that are detrimental to your career. They want to make you the face of the NBA, bro. Nike, all these people love you, right? And they want to put you out there, but you have to be able to represent their companies great. It's not enough just to take their money and then go do the things you want to do. You're entering into a contractual agreement, so you have obligations. And then because you're a face, you have to present yourself in a way to represent them. That's what you're agreeing to do. So I would talk to him about that. And I would tell him that you need to totally stay away from all of this. And see, you got the Ime Udoka situation. You got the situation with the guy Bridges, came out of Carolina. Whenever you have these type of bad situations that could be legal situations, I think the best thing to do is to go away for a while. You need to take the heat off you. Like, the worst thing for him was this heat coming, and then 2 days later, you're at a club and you're on your IG and you flash a gun. You see what I'm saying? You have compounded your issue. Now, folk are young. They make dumb decisions. They do stupid things. Everybody has that. You see what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, though, put yourself in a position See, I would ask him first and foremost, what do you truly really want? See, we can sit here and say, oh, you got this opportunity, this opportunity, this. What if he don't want that stuff? What if he really don't care about that as much as the people that want him to represent? Then I'd have different advice for him. I would tell him then, don't get in bed with these folks then. Don't commit, because when you commit, now your name, your legacy, your word as a man is on the line. So even at 23, you have a great responsibility in front of you, bro. And you have to represent you and your family to the best of your ability. Because again, this stuff being written now, 15, 20, 30 years from now, when you're done playing, what are they going to be saying about the Morants? What are they going to be saying about you, bro? And you get to write that. You get to control and dictate that. Don't let somebody else. So that's the kind of stuff I would be saying to him and telling him, regardless of you being young, you want to have fun, all this kind of stuff, you have to make a decision, because a lot of things you have to forego when greater responsibility come on your plate, and you have to think about the whole. Is it more important for me to make this generational wealth for my grandchildren and my grandchildren's children? Or is it more important for me to be real and go out here and have fun and kick it with my friends? Because a lot of it don't mix. You can't do both at the same time a lot of times, and that's what he's seeing. So, and just personally, brother, do things that are smart. Do things that are wise, that's going to build your image and not tear it down. That's the kind of stuff I would say to Ja Morant.
Well said. Good advice, Elder. Let's talk about the Knicks.
Yeah.
What in the world is going on with the Knicks, man?
About the Knicks. What in the world is this?
Of course, when I decide to start trashing the Knicks, they just go on this insane win streak. 9 straight.
Baby. Shut up.
9 straight. them and the Bucks, I think, are the only two right now in their last 10 are 9-1. And we know that the Bucks have been playing out of their minds, which is interesting to me. Maybe I haven't been paying close attention to just sports media, NBA media much, but I haven't really heard or seen a lot about how the Bucks have just been dominating. They're talking about everything else that's going on, but we're talking about the Knicks. I'm not going to make this about the Bucks. We're talking about the Knicks. They're on 9 straight. What do you think about the Knicks? Is this fool's gold? Do you believe in them a little bit more?
If you're talking about winning a championship, absolutely it's fool's gold. Now, if you're talking about them just making the playoffs, no, it's not fool's gold. I think the Knicks could easily be considered in the top 5 in the Eastern Conference, because I still would have teams like Cleveland. I still would have teams like Philly, of course, Boston, and the Bucks ahead of them. But they are a solid playoff team, not a play-in. To me, they're a solid playoff team. Randall's been balling. The big addition to Josh Hart has been incredible for them. Now you have him and Grimes. And so, it made them so much more versatile defensively. They already play super hard. That's just Thibodeau's teams. You're not going to be on his teams and not get an effort. So I think they've gotten a spark of encouragement. So I think they're going to be decent finishing out. I like what they did. When I watched last night, though, I still think Boston will beat this team. You know what I'm saying? Robert Williams was not playing. And even without him, though, I just still see Boston in a series beating this team. Until you show me otherwise, I have to believe the things that you've shown me. And I don't trust Julius Randle in the playoffs, y'all. I just don't. Now, people say, Elder, I think it's going to be different. He was the lead 2 years ago. All of it was on him. He don't have to do that now with Brunson. And Brunson showed last year he balled out all the way to the Western Conference Finals. I have to see it. So matchups are important to me. So it depends on who the Knicks gets in the playoffs. But if you just say, Elder, give me a ceiling for the Knicks, second round I don't think they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. I still don't. I don't think they make it to the Eastern Conference Finals. So I think second round exit with this team the way they playing. I'm proud of the Knicks because they're actually giving us something to freaking talk about for a change. You know what I'm saying? That there's reason for optimism in New York. So because they got a lot of flexibility and they got a lot of options. They got a lot of draft. I mean, you know what I mean? So the Knicks play their cards right. They could really be something dangerous next year. But I still think they're a piece or two away, is what I think from really contending for a championship. Because I just think those other teams are better than them in the East. I just do.
So I said this at the beginning of the year. I don't believe in the Cavaliers. I never believe in the Knicks. So I want to hear your. I'm assuming you're probably going to say the Cavaliers, but I think the Knicks are going to go further in the playoffs than the Cavs. And then if they end up playing each other in the playoffs somehow, the Knicks are going to beat the Cavaliers. That's how little I think about this Cavaliers team, which is crazy.
I think I still trust the Knicks, not Knicks, the Cavaliers a little bit more. I like their size. I like their versatility. Though they got guards now to guard them, Knicks do. But I still like the dynamic function of their two guards. And oh boy, to me, has been a big time playoff performer from day one.
D. Mitch.
Yeah, he's been a big time playoff performer. So when I got one guy on this hand that's been decent, which is Brunson, then his sidekick has been horrible. I have to see if he can bounce back. I got to see it. I'm not going to assume. I got to see it. But what I've seen over there from what's the name, I know he's going to bring it. He's done it from day one. I'm not even a big D. Mitchell fan because, I don't care for guards like that. So I'm not saying they're going to win a chip. I just think that they're better and they have a better chance to advance than the Knicks do. I think both are going to be gone in the second round. I think they both are going to be gone because I still think Boston, Philly, and the Bucks are better. And they're going to have to play one of those two teams or each other in the second round. You see what I'm saying? So I don't see neither team right now making it past the second round. I don't. But I still would take Cleveland. Say they match up, I'm picking Cleveland. And I would probably pick Cleveland to win in 6. I would say they'd win that series in 6.
All right, let's talk about the Lakers. I'm going to drop the link in the chat so that people can start filing in, and then we'll pull y'all up. After we finish up with talking about AD's monster game against the Warriors in Steph's first game back, 39 points. How are the Lakers looking? I haven't been paying too much attention to the Lakers, but this is good, obviously, for you guys. AD having a monster game. Promise?
I've always had optimism. People say I'm delusional, and because I'm a Laker fan, I say stuff that don't match up to what's actually happening. But if you look at what I've actually been saying, it's all been coming true. Even when the quote-unquote issues came out behind the scenes, why AD sat during LeBron's, breaking of the scoring record. Remember all that crap they were saying? I said at the end of the day, though, they're going to be professional. You're going to see guys go out here and play professional. And even with all the other injuries, D'Lo, all this other stuff they got going on, you have seen the Lakers go out and compete against everybody. You've seen them be extremely professional. I expect the Lakers to do that moving forward. My expectations for the Lakers haven't changed. When the trade went down, I said I expect the Lakers to get to the 6th seed minimum. Right now, I think if you go look, they're probably 2 games out of the 6th seed, maybe 2.5, 3 games out of the 5th seed. There's 17 games left for the Lakers. People don't realize that's a lot to make up still, though. That's a lot to make up, but I think the Lakers can. I think they can. So my expectation for the Lakers, if they can stay healthy moving forward the way they are right now, I think they should make the 6th seed at least. That's what I think. A lot of folks are crazy. They're not going to be a playing team, and they're a playing team now. So they're tied for 10th now.
Looks like they're 2.5 games out of 6th.
Okay. So that means what? 3
Minnesota's 12 games back, and the Lakers are 14.
Always look at the loss column is the main thing I look at. I think the Lakers got 34 losses, and the team that's in 5th has 31. So the games will eventually even up. So that's 3 games to me. They're 3 games out of 5th. That can be made up in 17 games. I'm not saying it's super easy, but it can be made up. And with issues like I really was looking 5th through, but now you got to kind of look 2nd through 13 because who knows what Memphis is going to do. They play well, but who knows what's going to happen with this situation? What's it going to cause? Can they get healthy? Sacramento may move up, may move back. Who knows? Who's in 4th now? Is it Phoenix?
Yes.
All right. So Phoenix is kind of ascending. So I look at maybe they move to 3rd or 2nd. You see what I'm saying? It could be so much shuffling between 2 and 13 in the East. In the West. That's why I don't feel comfortable giving somebody who I think going to be in the fight, because I don't know. I said this to them last week when they were asking me. I said, I'm not going to give you none. They were trying to force me last week on the show. I said, I'm not going to give it to you because you don't know. You don't know if an injury could happen. You don't know if teams could blow up behind the scenes. You don't know if somebody going to go do something stupid again. And then here we go with the Ja stuff. And I'm like, see, that whole team could be in shambles. They not only had something stupid happen, they got a guy got suspended for too many texts. They got a guy that got injured for the rest of the year. You know what I mean? These things could shift your team. It could shift your position. Who's confident in Memphis being second for the rest of the year? I'm not. I'm not confident in that. Not as good as Phoenix is playing, not as consistent as Sacramento's been playing. I'm not confident in that. So I just don't know. What's the Golden State? They're getting healthy. Everybody's healthy now. Iguodala's back. Steph came back. The guy that's out, not hurt. He just got a family issue. You know, nobody knows what's going on, but Wiggins ain't hurt. He just got a family issue. So what happens when he comes back? So I just don't know where everybody goes. I expect the Lakers, though, to be professional. Go out there, utilize your mismatches. They're playing with extreme level of confidence. They're actually playing defense against people. I like the Lakers' chances against any team in the West. Any team. There's not one team in the West that bona fide I look at and say, man, they're going to destroy the Lakers. I don't think so. I think the Lakers can beat all of them with the way they match up. Even without LeBron. I feel that way.
Big Ox Bob with the super chat. The Lakers are done. Give it a rest. Hashtag light the beam.
Hey, you know what, Bob? See, I've been trying to support the Sacramento Kings, bro. You come with that BS, Bob. Appreciate the super chat. Appreciate super chat. You come with that BS, bro. Man, see. Horder let me down in the 3-point contest, man. This is what I get from supporting Sacramento, bro. This is what I get.
I don't know what the standings need to look like to make this happen, but I would love a Kings-Mavs Western Conference Finals. I don't think that it's possible, but
I think Big Ox is upset because remember it came out publicly that the Lakers said they want the 6th seed so that they could play the Kings.
Right.
Everybody kind of want to play the Kings because they know they have no playoff experience.
Right.
I mean, besides what's his name that came from got the chip in Harrison Barnes. Besides him, who on their team got any kind of playoff experience? Nobody. So that's why everybody wants to play you guys, and y'all are not committed to defense. You can get 130 points against them. So when the playoff starts and everything ratchets down and you got to play defense, do you trust the Sacramento Kings? And if you do, is it from delusion? Because what facts do you have to back that up? You don't have playoff experience. Regular season, you giving up 125 points to everybody you play. Now you score 130. But again, you got to be able to get stops. I don't know if I trust Sacramento to get stops in the playoffs. I don't.
I will say to go far, I think we have enough examples of playoff experience doesn't necessarily carry the most weight. Like it carries weight, obviously, right? But we've seen the Celtics, a young Celtics team, go to the Eastern Conference Finals. We've seen the Hawks, whatever, 2 years ago, go to the Eastern Conference Finals. We've seen OKC when KD was young go to the Eastern or the Finals. So, you know, as much as, you know, them being young could be a detriment, could also be they could be hungry. So it could also help them. But
I get it.
We'll see. All right, let's start bringing some people up here. Show, what's happening?
Hey, salute, Showtime.
He's muted.
Hey, unmute yourself, Showtime.
Hey, what up, y'all?
What's going on,
Show? Uh-oh.
On that Puerto Rican headset, man. We can hear you a little bit.
Sort of, yeah. Yeah, I thought that was going to happen.
Hey,
look who it is.
He's on that Puerto Rican headset. What he got going on?
Hey, Leaf Diggy himself. I thought you were gonna do it from a normal distance, and then
Nah, because I don't have no headphones in, so I got to talk in the joint. You thought I was, man, because I got.
I was like, oh wow, this is a new Leaf Diggy view, but
yeah, I'm at work, so I got to keep it low real quick, man. Elder, what's happening, man? I ain't see you in a minute. JD, man, you've been in hiding, man, since the trade, man. Like you just took Kyrie, and just vanished. I ain't see you.
I went to the hyperbolic chamber.
Yeah, just ain't see you in weeks. I'm like, all right, you just took Kyrie, went to 2-4, and then like, all right, yeah, we got what we wanted. All right, okay. All right. So the story I'm gonna just get to my first part real quick, Elder, man. The story in the it's only 2 teams in the Western Conference. To me, that's ascending, and the Lakers ain't one of them. Let's just get that out of the way right now. And the 2 teams right now that are definitely ascending, as you said, Phoenix, and the second team is Golden State. That's one. Now, as far as the Eastern Conference go, the New York Knicks are not the story. The story is the slipping and the falling and the can't get up of the Boston Celtics. This is what I was worried about going back to the last 5 years even. They're going to revert back to their old ways. They're going to revert back to their old ways of turning the ball over. They just lost to the Knicks twice in 1 week, and they lost to us on Friday, and we had broke an 8-game losing streak when we came off the All-Star weekend. I need to know, somebody in here got to tell me what's going on with the Boston Celtics, because this is not looking good for they finals hopes, or even a conference finals hopes even. I don't know what's going on, man. I need to know something. So somebody got something.
I would say I'm not concerned about the Boston Celtics because they've shown me for the last 4 or 5 years since these guys have been here that they know how to turn it off and on. Sometimes, guys, when you got a long history of long runs in the playoffs, the regular season can just kind of get boring, and you don't get up for all these dudes. Like, if you know you could just beat teams, you don't necessarily just totally get up for them. You just don't. I mean, how do you explain Orlando beating them 3 times this year? How do you do it? You can explain this, though. Even with these bad, what we look at is say they bad losses, where are they ranked? They're still first, or they're still second. You know what I mean? They still a top team in the East. So I don't put no stock in them just losing games like this. They've shown me that they can. Losing their big man hurt because, this is a physical team. They played the big dudes. I'm not concerned about the Boston Celtics. Now, the Knicks are the story because they're definitely ascending. When you look winning 9 in a row, I don't care what Leaf or anybody else say, you're ascending. If you win 9 games in a row in the NBA, you are ascending. That's just a guy hate that don't like a team. Now, I'm not a Knicks fan either, but I'm not going to be no hater and say that a team just won 9 games, but they're not ascending. So the Knicks are ascending. Don't listen to Leaf. It don't matter what he say. He just hating, right? So we're going to get over here to the Western side. And he talked about, I'm trying to remember exactly what you
Phoenix and Golden State.
Phoenix and Golden State. Now, I would like to know, Phoenix, of course, we've already talked about them. Yeah, they got KD, they 3-0. They're going to definitely ascend. I'm not sure why he believes that Golden State is ascending, because the 5 games that you want to give, I already tell you, you want to give Golden State credit for winning 5 games in a row, but you won't give you won't give the Knicks credit for winning 9. Why would you give Golden State credit when all they did was win home games? Things they've shown you they've done all freaking year. They still are getting trashed and destroyed on the road. So that is not an ascending team to me. That team's not ascending. They did what we know they can do, which is win at home, and they did what we know they can do, which is lose on the road. That's not an ascending team, bro. But the Lakers are 4-2 since the trade, but they're not ascending. I get it, bro. I see where it's coming from.
Hold on, Elder. I'm just tracking what you said. Since before we got up to this point, you spoke on Andrew Wiggins when he comes back. What they gonna be like? You spoke on a lot of different players when they come back, defensively. And I'm looking at and the thing is, they not only just won their last 5 games, they won their last 5 games without Steph and without Wiggins. That if that ain't an eye opening to me, that's an eye opener at least to me, because Golden State, as you said about Boston, they could turn it on. What Golden State been doing? You don't think Golden State could turn it on? We talking about a proven team.
Again, I said that Golden State's one of those teams because of the veteran leadership they got and they getting healthy. They could be somebody moving up like Phoenix. I said that, but to sit here and say that it's impressive for them to win these games at home without Steph and without Wiggins, how long have both of them been out? They've been winning home games without Steph and Wiggins. That don't impress me. Golden State is just a very good team this year at home, and they are one of the worst, if not the worst team on the road this year. And nothing's changed from that. They got Steph back. They got Andre Iguodala back last night. They played a depleted Laker team, and what happened? On the road, still got beat. Beat. That's what they've shown me all year. But you won't give credit to the Knicks because you don't like them for some reason. When they win 9 straight games in the NBA, they beat Boston twice in that. One of the best teams in the league, but they're not ascending. Leaf, get off that, bro. Get off.
I mean, I look at it more. I look at it more as this is the time for Boston to really assert themselves in the second half of the season, and we know how.
Whoa! That's your opinion.
I'm just going off of what I think.
They've already shown the league already who they are. What are they ranked now? Are they second in the league?
They second, and I think this is 2 games.
They probably got 19. Hold on, they got 19 losses, 20 losses. They've already shown the league who they are. Boston has had a long playoff run that's been ascending for the last 5 years.
Right.
Get to the playoffs, get out. Go to the second round, get out. Now they're going to how many times? They've been to the East Conference Final, 3 times? Then ascended to the to the finals last year?
Yeah, last year. Yeah.
When you start having that level of playoff success, the regular season gets boring to you, bro. It gets harder for you because you just want to get to the darn playoffs. I'm telling you mentally as a player, that stuff is hard. So if I know I can whoop the Knicks anytime I want, I'm not going to get overly charged to play them.
All right. Quick question. Do you think the Warriors is going to do the same thing that Boston's going to do? Like the regular season is just it don't really appeal to them, or you think they trying to get their young players to really rise to the occasion and as the season goes on? Because
I think the Warriors have different issues because their bench is not secure. And the Warriors have another issue to where it ain't just them getting up because they can. The Warriors can't figure out how to freaking win on the road, bro. And you're not winning no NBA championships unless you can go win some games on the road. So I think their problems are separate from the things that Boston is dealing with. Yeah, Orlando can beat me. Do you know why? Am I worried about beating Orlando? First of all, they ain't going to make the playoffs. And even if they did, we skunk them 4-0. They're not concerned about that.
Right.
Let the Celtics play the Knicks in the playoffs. Watch them either skunk them or sweep them or gentlemen sweep them. They're not playing 5 games in that series. Watch.
All right. Well, in closing, so at the end of this, so where do we got where do we got what we got in the Western Conference Finals and the matchups looking like the East?
I already told you I'm not gonna do it.
You ain't doing it? Come on. Yeah. All right.
When you got 2 through 13, there's only 15 teams that are still in flux. When 2 through 13 is 4 games, 5 games apart, nah, bro, I'm not giving nobody no Western predictions. I don't know.
All right, I'm gonna give mine. I'm gonna give mine, and then I'm gonna salute y'all. So, the Western Conference Finals, I got Sacramento versus. I'm gonna go with Sacramento versus Phoenix, and in the Eastern Conference, I got Milwaukee versus I'm gonna go with Boston just to keep it safe. But I see other things happening outside of that. Man, that could like throw a monkey wrench in like whatever these teams is. Milwaukee, in my opinion, I think Milwaukee need to avoid Philly because I think that's a matchup. I think they could win that, but it's going to get dragged out to like at least 6 to 7 games in like a grueling series. I think they got to. I think Milwaukee has to avoid Philly. They got to avoid Philly.
I'm saying Philly got to avoid Boston. They can't beat Boston.
Philly ain't got. I don't think Philly got a chance. Philly is not even in the equation to me. But I think
Milwaukee making it to the Eastern Conference Final this year. I have no idea why, though. I have no idea why.
I think Milwaukee needs to avoid Philly because that's a team that's pretty much just going to tire them out. And then by the time they get to the next round, they're not going to have no gas for whoever they play.
Real quick before I let you go, bro.
All right.
So this is what you want the people to believe. You're going to put this out here for the whole world, right? A team that has not made the playoffs in 146 years.
You talk about Sacramento.
Haven't made the playoffs
146 years.
In 314 years, y'all. And Leaf wants y'all to believe they're going to make it in a stacked West where teams 2 through 13 is separated by 5 games. He wants you to believe that this team that they don't know how to spell playoffs is going to go all the way to the Western Conference Finals. That's what Leaf want everybody to believe.
That's just my prediction, but but I said it. Yeah, I'm saying it. Okay. I'm putting it out there.
All right, Leaf.
Leaf, Salute, my brother.
Appreciate you.
Right,
Yo,
man.
chat was calling you Brim Deanna Joe.
Yeah, that's a brim right there.
All right, man. Like, nah, I go far back, man.
Yeah,
but nah. It's good. It's good way back, man. Like
That's
right
a planning
here.
right there.
Yeah.
All
It's
right,
good
Lee.
way back.
Peace out, brother. Take it
All right,
easy.
man. Later.
Brim Deanna
That's a
Joe.
stretch, man. I know Big Ox love him, and that's his team, so I get him. But, boy, for a team that ain't been in the playoffs, how long has it actually been, though? Like 16, 18, 20 years, something like that?
What was their last with Bibby and them?
That had to be early 2000s?
2001?
Oh, my
2000,
God.
2001?
It's been over 20 years since they made the playoffs, and they're supposed to go to the Western Conference Final with this conference being so stacked with 13 teams.
2006, Leaf said.
Okay, 6. Okay. So 16 years, 17 years. It just, I think that's a big stretch. That's a big stretch, and I can't realistically say it because they got no history to prove it. You know what I'm saying? Boston at least has playoff history where I say they show up in the playoffs. It's ugly, but they get it done. I can't say that about Sacramento, bro. I just
Yo, chat, you guys can't be doing that to me. All I do is read the chat when I'm not talking. You guys can't be doing that to me.
JD, the other you probably on your little hiatus, but boy, I went on tickets a week or two ago, and I'm telling you, the chat was so on fire, bro.
Chat's crazy,
We
bro.
were laughing. We couldn't do the show because the chat was just they were joking and cracking on all of us on the panels, like 6 of us, and they were lighting us up. I mean,
chat is the funniest. Chat, it's like there's some funny characters just throughout PC, but chat might be the funniest. Like, you guys are ridiculous, man. That's what makes all these shows. Like, I'm dead serious. Like, I don't know what this would be like without chat. Chat just
we appreciate the chat. We
kills me, bro.
Salute.
KG Son, resident Knicks fan here. Yo, shout out to you, KG Son. How about them Knicks? I think he just popped in after we were talking about him, but
no problem.
Shout out to the Knicks, man.
And they deserve, and that's my thing. Give them, they've done nothing to deserve nothing. Give them credit when credit is due. 9 games in the NBA. I don't care who you play. You could have played the Spurs 9 times. It's still impressive to beat an NBA team that many times, bro. I'm just give them credit, bro. To say that they don't deserve, they're not ascending. They won 9 straight games, but they're not ascending, bro. Stop. Come on, man.
All right, let's see if Showtime's internet is chilling.
Hey, what up, man?
Hey, salute, Show.
Hey, man. What up, JD?
You got off
Show?
Wi-Fi, man. You got off your neighbor's Wi-Fi?
Yeah, man. Yeah,
hey,
man.
Show, did you fix your Twitter, bro?
What man? Somebody, I had changed the password. Somebody had hacked my Twitter.
Yeah, I got a DM. I was like, what's going on over here?
You know damn well that ain't me. I had to tell everybody. Some people already knew better though. Man, I had to reset my password, all type of stuff. I'm still sketchy about it, man. I don't know how that happened.
I don't do Twitter, man. I don't do Twitter. That's
I have no idea how that happened, bro.
You gotta quit clicking on those OnlyFans links, Show.
Oh hell no. Oh nah, man. I ain't trying to get caught up in that. No. But,
what's good, Show? What do you got for? You said you wanted to cook, Elder.
First of all, I want to tell Mars. Who, bro? I don't know who you think you is. I'm sitting here in the chat. This man just called Julius Randle bum.
I saw that too.
He's trolling. He's
trolling. Dude, you got some of the worst. Before I even don't get the Elder, you got some of the worst basketball takes on PC, on the panel, all this stuff. In the show, you got some of the worst takes. I'm gonna put that out there. Jokic better than Kobe. Jokic better than Wilt Chamberlain offensively. I mean, come on, bro. Let's just stop all this, bro. You got some of the worst takes. Salute the Big Ox. Big Ox be cooking, y'all. Well, I'm gonna say this though. Elder, I'm tired of you cooking the King LeBron James. He's on your Lakers. Stop calling folks gawkers. Stop telling folks he ain't top 3. Stop hating on LeBron. I gotta ask you a question. Why do you hate LeBron so much? LeBron is your GOAT. Why are you hating on LeBron?
Well, first off, let's keep it accurate. He is definitely not my GOAT. Secondly, I have zero hate in my heart towards LeBron James. There might have been a little trolling going on for the last few months because of the attack of his loyal fans. But everybody knows LeBron James, one of the greatest players of his era. He just is one of the greatest players of his era, one of the greatest players of all time. I just don't hold him in the regard that a lot of his fans do. That's all. Don't hold him in that regard. So, you done trolling, man? You done trolling?
Yeah, you know that, yeah. But yeah, man, look, I'm gonna say this though. Now, I do got a real issue. I'm tired of all y'all hating on these Knicks. What I just told you last night. The Knicks are a good player. Nah, you were getting on me talking about, so yeah, so this is why you can't trust them in play. Yeah, they pulled it out on the road, in overtime. Yeah, in the crunch. Stop hating on the Knicks, man. I want to say that.
They laid a dud at the end of the regulation and at the end of what's the name. So I don't trust them, bro. I don't trust them. They ain't gave me no reason to trust them in the playoffs. I'm gonna pick because the show was telling me last night if it was between the Knicks and Cleveland in the playoffs
in the first round.
I'm gonna take his money.
Oh yeah.
I'm taking Cavs, and I'm gonna go with the guy that's got a history of performing on a higher stage. I'm talking about
who was that?
That's Donovan Mitchell. He's dropping 50 balls in the playoffs, bro.
Okay.
I'm going with that dude.
Okay.
And he also like Donovan Mitchell like that. But
he's nice. No, I respect Donovan Mitchell.
Previous playoff performances.
But you know what I'm thinking about, Elder?
Yeah.
I'm looking at their wings, they wing spot, right? They got Isaac, what's my boy, Isaac Cora. I'm looking at him. I'm looking at Seth Osman. I think those guys can be had. I think Knicks got physical wings. Like I'm looking at Josh Hart. Josh Hart, he's a nice addition for them. Nice 3-and-D player. I'm looking at Quentin Grimes. They know how to play a couple of different styles. It's not the same as it was 2 years ago. They were very limited on the offensive end 2 years ago. Because number one, they didn't have a point guard. That's been taken care of. And I think Jalen Brunson, I think he can control the game in a 7-game series more better than Darius Garland. Because if Garland's shot not falling, he can. You know what I'm saying? You can get him, especially on the defensive end. I think he can cook Garland in pick and roll. I'm taking the Knicks. Knicks and 6.
I think those guys
6 and 7.
They're gonna have to expend a whole bunch of energy. The guys you named that's on the Knicks that are the wing defenders for them, the Grimes and Hard and guys like that. They're gonna have to spend a lot of energy to stop Garland and to stop Donovan Mitchell. So I don't see them being able to take advantage on the offensive end against the Cedi Osmans and the Okurs and all of that, because all their energy, if they're gonna have a shot, all their energy needs to go to shut those two dynamic guards down. I don't think it's gonna happen.
But they got multiple now.
That's why I also like
they got depth.
I know they do. I like the bigs on Cleveland way better than I do the bigs on what's name. So that's why I like Cleveland more than them. I can see your point. I can see the argument somebody gonna make. I just don't know about Julius Randle. Now, I do get that he was in the number 1 chair and he laid a dud. He won't be in that chair this year because you got a good playoff performer like Brunson there. I still don't know if Julius Randle gonna show up though. I don't know if he can handle the pressure of the stage. I don't. A lot of guys cannot handle the pressure of the playoffs. I'm telling you right now, some of these teams we seeing flatline and do some other stuff right now. I believe they're doing it because this is a playoff atmosphere right now. These games matter. So a lot of teams are playing playoff games right now, and these guys are showing they can't be consistent in this type of situation, even though they're healthy. So Julius is just one of those guys I don't trust in the playoff. What I saw, it wasn't just his skill set. It was his mentals. I don't think he can handle it. I don't.
You know, but I think he's matured even from then 2 years ago. I think what he went through last year made him a better player. I just sit back and look at this team on Elder from an overall standpoint. You look at their 2 bigs, Mitchell Robinson. And you know my boy, they got my boy Hornstein over there. Hornstein. They just so.
Did he play last night?
Yeah.
Okay, I missed parts of the game.
Yeah, but they got enough depth, and then Cleveland. Mobley took a step back. I don't know because of them adding Donovan Mitchell took away from his touches.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't see the progress I thought I'd see this year. You kind of figure that you like, okay, they got a couple of guys that's going to be ball dominant. and he might be the odd man out when it comes to touches. Because Jerry Allen, he can just pretty much catch lobs, get his out the offense.
Are you talking offensively and defensively, or just offensively on Jared Mobley?
I mean, Mobley, even a little bit defensively, a little bit. I haven't seen the progress. He didn't dominate this year like I thought he would. I thought last year, I mean, he did. That was pretty nice, impressive for a rookie on both ends. I don't know. If I'm holding him, if I'm asking too much of him, because what I saw, I mean, he was guarding 1 through 5 some games. I just thought, I don't know, he looked a little lost out there. I'm thinking our playoff experience. If you look at playoff experience, right, both teams. All right, Jerry Allen, he made the playoffs with the Knicks, first round. He don't have deep playoff experience. Mitchell made it to the semifinals. Mobley don't have any. Garland don't have any. Cedric Osman, he went to the finals with LeBron. I give you that.
Didn't they make the playoffs last year?
No.
The Cavs?
They got
they lost to Brooklyn.
In the play-in?
Yeah, they lost to Brooklyn.
Oh, that's right. Everybody got hurt at the end of the year. That's
right. You see what I'm saying?
I remember now.
So I'm looking at the Knicks. They had JB Bickerstaff. I mean, I never really seen him coach in the playoffs yet. I mean, I saw him in the play-in. I mean, I don't have no evidence for him. Tom Thibodeau won a championship as assistant. As a head coach, went to the Eastern Conference Finals with the Bulls. He got a little bit more playoff experience than me as a coach. And then I'm looking at Jalen Brunson. He got deep playoff experience. Randall, first playoff experience didn't go so good, but I think his hunger. I think he's gonna learn from the mistakes he made against the Atlanta Hawks 2 years ago, and that's gonna he's gonna remember that, and I think he's gonna be more prepared this time.
I think Angie Bernard made a good point because they got guys like Danny Green, Rubio, Lopez, LeVert. Them guys will help. They vets. Them guys got some long playoff.
Hold on, they got Danny Green? Wait a minute.
Yeah, apparently. Is that where it ended up going?
Huh?
That's what
they got Danny Green? Yeah, sure.
Hey, Angie stuff be on. When she says something, it's 100.
I think they do got Angie. But
those
Elder,
are
I'm telling you this right here, Elder. Remember I told this. Jalen Brunson, he gonna be the one that's really gonna be a problem in the playoffs for the Cleveland Cavaliers. The way he's just such an efficient player, and he doesn't force the issue too. He's smart. He take his time. He gets to his spots. You can't speed him up or slow him down.
You trust him in the playoffs as a lead.
Absolutely. You know why? Because without Luka Doncic, did you not see what he did in the first round against the Utah Jazz? He was cooking them dudes, drop a 40 piece, a side of fries with no drink. Let's not forget that.
Yeah.
And what I saw, even against the
show, we did know Utah was frauds, and we knew they couldn't.
Oh, let's not do that. Because what did he do against Chris Paul in the second round?
Your word, you said that Utah was frauds. Everybody knew Utah was #1, but we knew they were frauds.
We already know frauds. Well, we know the Clippers broke them. That's why we broke them. But anyways, Jalen Brunson, what he did against Chris Paul. You can't argue, but you can't argue this, Elder. What he did in the second round against Chris Paul, he outplayed Chris Paul.
I gotta give him that.
Absolutely outplayed him, bro. Okay. Everybody don't outplay Chris Paul, bro. What I saw, that was impressive on both ends.
Compelling argument. I can't lie. You're making a compelling argument.
That's why I was telling you, dude.
I do like their veterans. I forgot about the veterans that they have on Cleveland.
That's what I'm telling you, homie.
I actually want to see it. Y'all got me fired up now. I actually want to see it.
That's why I've been telling you. I said, bro, y'all saying this an overpaid point guard? Are y'all man? On the biggest stage, he went out there and performed without their best player. He stepped up. He got right in the driver's seat and he drove them to them 2 wins without Luka.
Yeah, I want to see it.
And when I saw, and they said, oh, okay, now he got to play against a real point guard, Chris Paul. He outplayed Chris Paul. It wasn't just Luka. I mean, nah, man. Jalen Brunson got something extra, man. He's not scared of the moment. I think them adding Josh Hart. You see, right? Since they add Josh Hart, they've been winning.
I know Josh gonna play well. No,
he just bringing different elements.
I can't really come back at your argument. I guess we just gotta wait and see. Hopefully, it come down to it. I want to see it because they both in line, so it looks good. Hopefully, nothing crazy happens and nothing, so that they still get to make it. But I want to see it. I actually love seeing guys get better as they go, and then take those leaps in the playoffs as players. I love seeing that. So
the way I got it, I listen to y'all talking about the rankings. I got it in the East. You can make the case for Boston being the best team. I'm gonna stick by the. I'm gonna say the Bucks. I'm gonna get a Buck. I'm gonna stick by the Bucks. I like how they've been playing. It's just that game against the Sixers put a bad taste in my mouth.
You got Bucks in Boston.
I got Bucks in Boston. I think they're the two best teams. Then it's
ready
Philly.
for a West? You ready for a West?
The West?
You ready to make a prediction on the West?
I have no idea who the best team in the West. To be honest,
I have no idea. You got other people, JD? Do we have other people?
Yeah.
Waiting? That's why I ain't trying to rush the show, but we do got some other folk waiting, man. But that's why I was trying to get.
Yeah. I'm
like, I can't call the West, bro. I can't. It's too wide.
Yeah, me neither.
I can't call it, man.
Look, I mean, can we say? Before I get off here, let me say that. Can we say Denver? All right, if you can, JD and Elder. If y'all had to bet all y'all money, can y'all say Denver gonna make it out the West?
I already said this like a month ago.
I'm not betting $5 on Denver. Hell no.
I'm just hesitant about them. I don't know what it is.
I don't trust Denver. I don't. They've been the most consistent. I don't trust them, bro.
And I don't. It's not even so much as not trusting them. It's the crapshoot that is the Western Conference right now. Anyone could beat anyone, and I just don't see, even though their record shows it, that the Nuggets are the best team in the West when it comes to the playoffs.
For the last few years, we've been seeing this in the West. You got teams like Denver, you got teams like Utah that literally dominate the regular season, get to the playoffs good. And I don't see Denver being any different. I literally see Denver taking what Utah did for the last 2 years. I just see them taking their spot. I don't see them being – it's too many teams that is a bad matchup for Denver, too many teams that can dominate them in the series, and they got nobody that I trust to step up and push them over the top. I just
on paper, you were picking them easily. Like, I'm not even thinking about it twice. I would take Denver to the finals. But just from what I've seen in the past, and yeah.
I wouldn't bet this Burt Bees chapstick on them boogers. I wouldn't.
But
I need this more than I think Denver going to win the championship.
I wouldn't bet on a single team in the West.
Right now, but
put it up on my Lakers. That's because I love them, you know.
You said who?
I said I may put that chapstick on my Lakers because I love them.
The Lakers?
Denver, I can't. They can't. He said he's not betting on no team in the West. He said no team. And I said, I put my chapstick up, said I wouldn't bet this on Denver. I would bet this on the Lakers just because I love them. But I wouldn't
bet a piece of paper on the Lakers.
That's fine. I wouldn't bet shit on your strippers. You already know how you know how I go.
I wouldn't bet shit on your strippers. Why can't I bet on a team that's not even in the 10th? They're the 10th, 11?
Hey, keep exposing.
11 team, right?
Hey, we had this conversation a week ago, y'all. We're going to let the show go, but we had this conversation a week ago. I said, I'm on chart. Lakers was 13th. He kept talking about 13th. A week later, the Lakers are 10th. His Clippers was 4th. Now the Clippers are 8th. We're going to see in a week from now where his Clippers is and where my Lakers are.
Okay. Hold on, Elder. What you going to do without your king, though? You don't have your king.
Sometimes you the one got him in your top 3. That's your king. He ain't mine.
Hold on, he on your team. That's your king.
He's in your all-time top 3.
That is your goal, man. He passed the all-time scoring record in the Lakers.
Facts are out, bro. Your top 10 is out. You got that book of number 3 or number 2. You got it number 2. You got it number 2. That's your king.
I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man.
Yeah, appreciate you coming up, bro.
Salute JD, salute Elder. I'll be watching.
Peace out.
I'll be right there.
I'm my little brother.
KG-san wants us to guess when the streak will end
for
the Knicks. Let me pull up their schedule here.
They definitely end if they get all the way to play the Lakers. I know they play the Lakers soon. If they still undefeated when they get to the Lakers, that's when they streak gonna end. I think they play the Lakers in 2 or 3 games.
So the 7th. So tomorrow is their next game. So we got Charlotte. Okay, make that 10.
Make that 10.
But then they have the Kings on the 9th.
Where at? Where's the game?
This is a TNT game, too.
I think it's in Sacramento because I think they're going to be on the
West
Coast. Yep. And then they play the Lakers. The 9th. The Kings going to take them out.
So 10-game win streak.
10. Yep. I give them one more game too. They will beat Charlotte. Yeah, everybody beats them right now.
I'll give them 10. If they beat the Kings 11, they'll beat the Clippers 12. They'll beat the Lakers 13.
That's their losing streak, bro. I'm gonna tell you right now. That's their losing streak.
They'll beat the Blazers.
They're gonna lose. Oh, they losing 4 in a row, bro. They're gonna lose to Sac, Clippers, Lakers, and Blazers. If they got those 4 in a row, I'm picking them to lose 4 in a row.
Wow, KG. Thoughts? All right, let's pull up. Let's get Ralph up here. Ralph, what's up, bro?
Man, what's up with y'all? What's up, Elder? What's up, bro? What's up? Well, so it's really like a twofold question. I'll ask now. I'll just let you answer one by one.
All right.
Have you noticed the different energy that the NBA is giving Ja Morant compared to Kyrie Irving?
Really quick, hold on, Elder. I'm going to mute you, Ralph, just because we're getting feedback. So just unmute yourself when you're going to talk again. Go ahead, Elder.
Yeah, I do, but I understand why the NBA is doing what they're doing. I don't justify it, but I understand why they're doing what they're doing. People don't understand the stuff that Kyrie was doing. It affects their bottom dollar big time. It pissed off the backing financially of the NBA. So this is why they're coming at Kyrie the way they are. And they just don't like Kyrie. Let's just keep it real. The NBA don't care for Kyrie. He doesn't fit their mold. He doesn't follow their system. He does what he wants to do. So they don't really rock with him like that. Now with Ja, they want to promote him. They want him to be the face of the league. They just need for him to mature. So that's why they're not coming at Ja. But I'm not saying the NBA ain't being fair in that, because Gilbert Arenas, I think, is the one that got the 50-game suspension. So the league came out and said, there's a chance we may suspend him 50 games if we find out that he had that piece on the plane. So that would be consistent right there. They want Ja to turn it around because he is one of the most likable players in the league, and they would like for him to be one of the faces of the league, but they can't have it with him out here doing things like that.
Okay, so when you say he's the most likable, as far as GMs or players, because Kyrie is one of the most likable players too, for his players. Like it's GMs and people that work in the NBA that don't like Kyrie.
I think people buy Kyrie shoes. I think there are a group of folk that do like Kyrie. I would not say Kyrie Irving is one of the most likable players in the NBA though. Now, player-wise, the players have zero issue with Kyrie. But I'm talking about from a fandom standpoint, I would not say that Kyrie is up there. And then he's older in his career and all that. They're not, even if he was, they're not trying to use him to promote the league. And there's a difference when you're trying to promote something and you're just trying to let somebody finish out the year. We're going to see how much the league like Kyrie when it's time for him to sign over the summer. We're going to really see how much. Is he popular? Yes, he had the best, one of the, if not the best selling shoe on the market. But I'd have to see it. I don't know if Kyrie's name will be on there. You give me a top 10 popularity list of the players in the NBA, I'm not 100% sure Kyrie's name going to be on that list. I'm not 100% sure of that.
Okay, last question. The Phoenix Suns. So we all agree that the Phoenix Suns is not a super team, right?
It's just irrelevant to me because even if they were, I wouldn't care. I don't have a problem with super teams. I never have. I don't have a problem when the ownership puts super teams together. I don't have a problem when players put super teams together. My thing is this: go beat them. Okay. I don't know one super team that's undefeated. Not even the great Boston Celtics back in the day were undefeated. So figure it out and beat them. So I'm one of those guys that don't have any issues with super teams, no matter how they form. I don't have no issues. Because
of where Chris Paul is in his career, I don't think you could call it a super team because it's just KD and Book. Yeah. Because if you're going to call the Suns a super team, you might have to call the Mavs a super team.
Why?
Because you have Luka and Kyrie, who are two arguably top 10.
Super team takes 3. Super teams are you have 3 or more. So you can have 2 stars.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, it's a super teams are only considered with 3.
But that's what I'm saying. If you call the Suns a super team, I think you would have to call.
Paul is an all-star level player. He's a star. Yeah. There's saying that
Devin Chris Paul not really an all-star level player.
I don't have a problem with them.
Not anymore.
Super team. I don't, because my thing is you still gotta go out and play. You still gotta go out and beat.
Right, but
I mean, you can use the verbiage of super, or you can use the verbiage of stacked. Somebody may just say this team is stacked with all-star level, Hall of Fame level talent. At the end of the day, you still got to figure out a way to beat them. Still got to figure out a way to beat them. Every team has holes. That's your job as players. That's your job as coaches to figure it out and exploit that when you get into the playoffs. Because Phoenix ain't perfect. They got a good situation. They're not a perfect team, though. Let's just keep it real. They got weaknesses that you can exploit on both ends of the court. And then with Chris Paul, when does he finish the playoffs? When's the last time he finished the playoffs? I mean, I don't know if he's going to make it through one. So, man, we appreciate the questions, Ralph. Appreciate you, my brother.
Yo, appreciate it, man.
PSP,
Yo, what up, JD? What up, Elder?
Hey,
How y'all doing?
Good.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes.
Yeah. Also,
okay.
really quick, because you said you don't know if Kyrie would be the top or most popular player in the NBA right now. I'm trying to find. All right, go ahead. I'm gonna find the list though. Go ahead, PSP.
No. Elder, I want to ask you this question. Did you listen to Kendrick Perkins' take on Nikola Jokic? He accused Jokic of stat padding. What were your thoughts when you heard it? And do you agree or disagree?
I disagree. I don't take nothing Kendrick Perkins say with a grain. I don't. He's not a guy that I respect his takes. He's on the take, in my opinion. He can be bought to say this and say that, in my personal opinion. So I don't take him serious at all. I think anybody that plays in the league is a stat patter. Your contract is going off of what you do statistically. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm not tripping on. You never hear me use that kind of stuff because I don't get into that. If you're in the league and you're playing and you don't care about your stats, I don't want you in the league. You should care. You have very few instances where people do dumb stuff. I think they showed Giannis stat pad the other day. When the game was over, he went down there and got them 2 rebounds real quick to get to the – so, I mean, everything you do is incentivized by stats. Your contract, all this stuff is. So I'm not tripping on that. But, no, I give no stock to nothing Kendrick Perkins says. Nothing. I don't respect his opinion because it can be swayed.
Okay. My problem with people who disrespect Jokic, it seems to me, I don't know how y'all feel. I feel like Jokic is like the most disrespected player in the NBA. You could argue for other players, but I think Jokic is in that conversation because I feel like, what is it about people that they don't like? Is it because he's European? He's unathletic? He hasn't won a championship? He plays in a small market like Denver in which their games are late at night. Is it because the media loves him because he's won back-to-back MVPs and he's about to win his 3rd consecutive MVP? The last person to do that, I think it was Larry Bird. Like, do you see Jokic in that conversation as being the most disrespected?
I think it only started now because he's about to potentially do something that a lot of people don't believe he's worthy of getting. When you look at the guys that have gotten 3 consecutive MVPs, they're world champs. They were winning championships at that time too. Now, this is a regular season award, but people don't want to associate a guy like Jokic, who's never even sniffed the finals, to guys like Larry Bird and guys like Bill Russell and guys like Will Chamberlain. They don't want to associate him with those guys because those guys are consistently in the championship, winning championships. They are winners, and Jokic has not been that. And then what pissed off a lot of people was the media, which is so biased. This is why I do not put as much stock in accolades and awards, because the media can be swayed and they're so biased. Because I remember when the media said, when Giannis won his 2nd, remember? They said, oh, we're not voting. Literally came out, we're not voting for him because he ain't done nothing in the playoffs. Hold on a second. MVP has 0 to do with the playoffs.
It's a regular season award.
It's a regular season award. So why does Giannis have to win in the playoffs to get it? And they stopped voting for Giannis. But then when it comes to Jokic, we don't keep the same energy. We don't put the same standards on him. So the hypocrisy of the media comes out. Now people backlash. Now people go to defend Jokic. It's the same way with Russ. People came to defend him because of his bad play. People talking about him. You're always going to get that back and forth because you got your fan favorites here, your people to love here. The hypocrisy is the problem. Be steady, media. If Giannis, who's a great player, had to win a championship for you to consider him for another MVP, why does Jokic not? And that's where people have the problem. And that's why Jokic is – see, this generation, though, what they do, they can't just talk about that without bashing Jokic. Because if you notice, I ain't said nothing negative about Jokic or his game. He's a great player. But this generation gets into it, and they feel like they have to tear down what a guy does when they want to speak about a situation. Like they literally got to make him look bad in their eyes for to justify the statement they're making. No, keep it consistent. If Giannis is not going to get that third vote because he hadn't won, just don't give it to Jokic.
Then just hold everyone to that same standard.
Hold everybody to that standard, and then I think you will be fine. But the media is never going to do that. They've been biased and hypocritical from day one. They have.
One last question, because I know y'all got to go. What's next for Ben Simmons? Because it seems like his career might be over.
If I'm his representation, my whole goal is to get Ben somewhere where I know he's going to be happy, no matter what it costs and take. I may even try to convince him to do some things that may not today be as advantageous for him to get him. Guys like this in this era, to me, man, they're so entitled, right? They've been spoiled. They've been taken care of their whole life, high school, college, everything, right? Get Ben in a situation where he can be happy. Then I think you can get the player that you need out of Ben. That's all. He's not happy. He doesn't want to be in Jersey. He didn't want to be really in Philly, especially after they did what they did. So find out where Ben really wants to be and try to get him there. If I'm his representation, that's what I'm trying to do. So then I can see if he really can get past these mental things. Because let's just keep it real. Any of us going through any level of depression or down in spirit or anything like that, if we can't get to a happy place, it's hard to get out of it. It just is. So it's all mental. It ain't physical. It's all mental with Ben Simmons. Get him to a place where he can fight and work on his mental.
I really do think he does need to see a sports psychologist, and on top of that, he just has to work on getting healthy. But if he doesn't turn it around, it seems like his career is just done.
I get it. Even that health is a mental state, though. I guarantee it. Even that health is a mental state.
No, he got some problems he has to address. So, Hey, wish him nothing but the best. Anyway, y'all, thanks y'all for letting me on the show. Y'all take it easy.
Yup. See you, peace, right. We got some super chats coming in. Tyson Thomas, salute Elder.
Oh, Tyson.
Salute Tyson.
I've been hearing you cook on there, man. I'll be watching you from afar. I see you on there cooking.
Christopher D, hot take. Warriors, Clippers, and Mavs won't make the playoffs. Christopher D, you're banned for saying that the Mavs won't make the playoffs, but you could say the Warriors and Clippers.
That's a crazy hot take right there, bro.
Christopher D with another super chat. Elder, is it sad to see Westbrook fall off?
Yes. The quickly answer it, yes, it is. It's very sad to see it fall off. Believe it or not, y'all, and I know it's hard for y'all to believe this, I actually kind of wanted to see him have a little success over there with the Clippers. I did. I actually wanted to see him. I wanted the Clippers to be playing well. I wanted the Lakers to be playing well because for years I've been really wanting to see this Laker-Clipper playoff thing. I really have. But I want it with no excuses. I don't want, LeBron was this, or, Kyrie, or Kawhi was it. I don't want it. I want it just everybody playing good, everybody healthy. Let's see it like we used to back in the day, but it ain't going to happen this year either. Yeah, it ain't going to happen.
All right. We got Mo. Mo, what's up, bro?
Salute, Mo. Appreciate you, brother.
I got a question for you, Elder. What do you think with AD doing what he did last night?
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking 2 days ago that we need to trade him. But if he keeps on this, 30 and 10, stats, what do you think that he's going to, what do you think the Lakers are going to want to do with him?
The Lakers have already made it clear they're not trading AD unless AD requests it. They said the same about LeBron, and I believe the Lakers. They're not going to trade AD. Even if he gets hurt again, they're not going to trade AD, y'all. Again, if he's hurt, what's his real value anyway? You know what I mean? But the Lakers have made it clear. Because, see, Lakers are into taking care of superstars. This is why all the superstars want to go to the Lakers and play. They don't want to just get to LA, y'all. They want to play for the Lakers because they have a rich history of taking care of the superstars no matter what. So they want to come to LA. AD is one of the best players in the league when he is healthy. The Lakers knew he was a banged up dude before he came. They know he's banged up now. When you put pieces around AD to try to protect him, that's when you're going to get the best AD. And the Lakers, I believe, know that. But they've had to try to take care of two superstars. Put what around LeBron needs, hinders what AD needs. Right now, everything's around AD. He's playing well. And I expected this.
So what do you think that you think LeBron might leave next season if this injury is
Nope.
It is?
LeBron James is not going anywhere, y'all.
He retires as a Laker, right?
Retires as a Laker? Okay.
Possibly. I don't necessarily know about to retire as a Laker, but the next 2 years while he got those $50 million on the table, LeBron James is not going anywhere. I don't care what happens with the Lakers.
When you look outside of basketball, though, it just makes sense for him on the business side to stay in LA because of everything that's going on. It's so much more convenient for him. I just don't see why at this.
He needs that platform too, that big platform of LA. He needs that.
I think the Lakers need LeBron just as much as LeBron needs the Lakers.
I think the Lakers want LeBron. I don't think they need. I think they want LeBron.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they want him because they understand Jeannie's a money person first and foremost.
Yeah.
These storylines with him breaking the record in the Laker jersey, him playing against his son in the Laker jersey, these storylines is residual income for her for so many years down the road, y'all. And Jeannie thinking big dollar. She thinking $1 billion, not millions. Okay. So that's why I know LeBron ain't going nowhere. This is why I know the Lakers will continue to capitulate to LeBron. But here's the good thing I'm going to give a little hope to true Laker fans that care about the Lakers more than anything, right? Not a player more than the Lakers. LeBron's number one desire now, he's already broke the records. He's done everything he needs to do. The only thing he needs to do, because he wants the world to believe he's the GOAT, right? He wants that. What's going to help that? Him winning chips now. Because the only real true knock in his eyes is that he's under 500 when it comes to winning in the finals. So his number one motivation now is to win chips. Now I think the Laker fans will accept him more because his whole motivation and drive is going to be towards trying to win these chips in the next few years. We see his body don't want to hold up, y'all. As super as he's been, his body don't want to hold up. So his window is not this 7-year window that everybody thinks because he's 38 now. He said, I'll play to 45. No, he's not. He's not going to make it to 45.
Yeah, but
he's probably got a 3-year window, y'all, to get this done.
3?
I'm telling you, I think LeBron's got a 3. I don't think
it's less.
Oh, you think it's less? Okay,
yeah.
Wow. I think 2. So the next,
I would say 2 max, yeah.
Okay. All right. I told people last night the best case scenario, in my opinion, is the Lakers play well, get to the playoffs, have great success in the first 2 rounds. Then maybe LeBron will join them in the finals of the Western Conference. I don't see him back before that. I really don't.
I want to make it clear that I think he could play basketball at a high level for several more years. I think it's his body capabilities that are going to hold him back. Just the natural, just aging that's going to be, unfortunately, what's going to hold him back. Because obviously we see this year as a player, he could compete for like you say, Elder, 3. Yeah. I think 3, 4, 5. Who knows?
His body's just going to hold up.
There's no way that his body can hold up. It's just
Mo. We appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you coming on.
Thank you, Mo. Yes, sir. Jerome, if you cut your camera on, we can pull you up. Otherwise, Jerome bounced. All right. Well, there you have it. Ask Elder. Elder, anything else that you want to touch on before we get up out of here?
No, I think we covered a whole lot today. There's a lot of storylines out there going on in the NBA with a whole bunch of things. A lot of teams are relevant now. I wanted to say this real quick. I was a total against the play-in. When it first came out, I was totally against it. I am glad they did the play-in now. I'm glad they didn't listen to people like me because I also was a person that was against the way the end of the seasons would end, where these last 2-3 weeks, the games were irrelevant. You're seeing G League guys. The stars are not playing. You see what I'm saying?
Fair.
Right now, we're getting an extra month of playoff basketball because guys got a position. Guys got to get in. So that is only because of the play-in, y'all.
I didn't think about it like that.
Yeah, it's true. These teams are relevant now because they can get into the play-in. So not just the top 10 now. What about the teams that are 2-3 games away from being there? So this is why 13 teams in the West are relevant right now, and 12 or 13 teams in the East are relevant because they still have a real, true, legitimate shot to get into the play-in. So it has 100% worked. I have to tell the NBA I'm sorry for coming against that. I was 100% wrong because I'd rather see this and see great games at the end of the year than what we were seeing before. It goes to help push and build the product because y'all may remember it used to be a build-up for seeding right before the playoffs, and then when the playoffs come, now we can do it. That's what we're getting back to. That's what I like to see. So shout out to the NBA and going the extra mile to do the play-in. Now I'm still against this midseason tournament. I can't fathom in my mind how that's going to help us. I'm against the midseason tournament. If they do decide to do it, hopefully I'm coming back a year or two later saying, hey, I was wrong about the midseason tournament too. You know what I mean? But the play-in, I was definitely wrong. Get excited. You can see really good basketball now. You don't even have to just watch your team. You can watch other teams and see some real good basketball, learn a lot about the game because the playoffs is different. So that's what I want to end on, and I'm very excited about that.
Fire. I cannot wait for the NBA playoffs. I'll actually start watching more basketball, maybe. All right, y'all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, do all the things. We'll see you in 2 weeks. Appreciate y'all. Peace out.
Salute.